Hey everyone, this is Chad, and I just wanted to give a quick recap of our first week in Cycle 1 in CC. I thought a video might be kind of a fun way to do it, a little easier than typing out an email or text. So we did go over new grammar, and one thing I did switch up a little bit, and my wife kind of gave me some feedback with the times tables, the ones and twos, since we have to say them out loud, can't do skip counting, we have to say out the full statement. I tried to break it up a little bit. For example, went through one times one through one times seven. We did that 3 times, and then we skipped over to another subject, and we kept doing that until we completed all the ones and twos in like 4 segments. I may do that. My wife said it kind of breaks up the continuity, but we'll see. It was kind of recommended in a actual CC kind of scripting for going through new grammar, so it wasn't something I came up with on my own. It was kind of, I guess, a CC type idea. So, but we'll see. A lot of the other subjects, if you've been with me before, it was the same way I've done things. You know, obviously the timeline, you have the cards, and we go through the hand motions as we go through the memory work. So you have Age of Ancient Empires, Creation and the Fall, the Flood and the Tower of Babel, Mesopotamia and Sumer, Egyptians, and Indus River Valley Civilization, Minoans, and the Mycenaeans. So those are the hand motions. History, we did the CC song as well. It goes with commandments 1 through 5. For Latin noun cases, we used voice changer, just had them pick silly voices, which they seem to always enjoy. For science, for the classification of living things, Miss Chrissy had given the idea of using the expression "do keep ponds clean or frogs get sick." So each letter of that phrase correlates with the items in the classification of living things: domain, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. And again, the sentence is, do keep ponds clean or frogs get sick. For English, we had a preposition, and I just did dry erase with that. It's always something very simple to do. And with the maps, I usually color code the memory work on the board with a dot, and that correlates to the color on the map. So we had the Mediterranean Sea in blue, we had Mesopotamia in orange, and Sumer in brown, and then we had the 2 rivers, if you can see them, Euphrates and Tigris. So we did show me, tell me kind of thing, where they go, we say them aloud, then we point to them, then we erase everything on the map and have them point to the locations. Again, pretty standard for what I'll do throughout the year. Fine arts, we were introduced to oils, and we got to use the cool notebook that, again, Mrs. Christie provided for us, and I think it'll be a great tool to help us kind of go through each lesson, and a great resource to keep for when it's time for homeschool review. Science experiment, we did the baby beans, experiment number 45. We looked at a dry bean and a wet bean, and looked at the outside, and then dissected and looked at the inside. The wet bean obviously was easier to dissect. Very fun experiment for first week, and you got to see the chart that Christy had provided, where we got to see the progress of a bean and the sprout growing from day 1, I think, up through day 7. And then we came home and we had nachos for dinner last night, and they had kidney beans in there. And Olivia pointed out, she was like, "Look at that! Look, Daddy! Look at the belly button on the bean." And I thought that was funny, but at the same time, like, she connected with that. There wasn't much to review, but we did do Doggy Doggy Where's Your Bone for week 1 review, since they seem to always love doing that. Not my favorite, but they like it, so And presentations, I thought went really well. I was really impressed, and some of the some in the class I think have made some vast improvement from last year. So I was very pleased, and I'm just trying to focus on developing presentation skills over the year, something I probably would like to be better at, helping them with. And then another thing that we did, since we have extra time with limited material to review, I had them work on a blob map, and I just gave them the option to trace this blob map, and so they have a traced copy of it they should have with them. And I took this back because I'll have them do it probably over the next couple of weeks, with the goal of initially tracing, but then maybe getting used to just drawing it, looking at it and drawing it, and then of course the ultimate goal would be to have it in memory and to be able to trace from memory. So we'll be working on that. Other than that, again, had a great week, and look forward to seeing everyone next week. Thanks.